is April, and I have just totally enjoyed the wisdom that I have just gained from you, Nikki, in helping me to be comfortable in myself in the dating process. And it's taking a lot of unnecessary pressure that I unknowingly put on men, which was probably the reason they weren't coming and approaching me, because I had all of this negativity, and it was just such a disconnect. And that was a part of my connection killer of being on the dating site.
Mm-hmm.
I keep in mind, Nikki, what you taught me: have fun.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun. Take the pressure off. Don't have an agenda or a timestamp, any kind of deadlines, because it's creating anxiety for you. And a lot of times it gets that confusion with your negotiables versus your non-negotiables.
That's right. Because the anxiety comes in and just confuses everything. It's just like you forgot what you really needed versus what you kind of want and wish you know, and it's like it becomes a lot. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unrealistic expectations.
Indeed.
Yeah.
And you know, you can rule out a lot of likely candidates. And with candidates, I'm talking about having options.
Ooh, let's see about them options, girl. What does it feel like to have options?
I love it, because if I don't receive a phone call from one of my options, I move on to the next.
That's it.
I move right on to the next. And if that person does try to follow up, it's no hard feelings. So I remember how you said people get busy. So yes. I keep that. I keep that in the back of my mind. April, people get busy. You don't personalize it because you don't know what's going on in their life.
Yes. Yeah.
Give them grace. Give that person grace.
Yes.
And if they circle back around, if there's a connection, move forward. If not, move on to the next option. But it's taking a lot of pressure off in thinking that I'm just confined to one person. But it really helps me to just see all these different personalities, asking myself, okay, number one, can I see this person being my friend?
Yeah.
And if if it's no chemistry and friendship, then that may not be a good candidate. And that is okay.
Yes. That is okay. It is okay.
That is okay. So I have just really learned to take the pressure off myself, because as a woman who's getting older, I fell into what society told me. I need to be married at a certain time. Sometimes it may be a barrier. This is society that you have children, you've been divorced, all of these stigmas, but not listening to that. Not being jaded by that you don't have options because you have these different factors in your life. That's irrelevant, because when you meet the right one, they'll accept that package of who you are and want to add to your life. So it's those standards. And I love it. And I love, Nikki, too, how you taught me men put you in categories. Oh my gosh. When I am like, when I meet a guy, and sometimes the response on the site, I can literally see your flow chart in my mind. So, I can see it. So.
Yes. It makes it so much easier. It's like, okay, no, that's okay, no. All right, yes, yeah, okay. And that's it.
Indeed. And there's no pressure, there's no stress, you're not wasting your time. And it's helping me to stay focused. But yet again, having fun. Have fun. Because guys pick up that energy.
They do.
So yeah, Nikki, you were just so encouraging, like it's gonna be okay. And I'm like, every 5 minutes, are you sure? Are you sure? I know you're like, girl, for the block you. Get it together. But you were so patient in the process, and you gave me grace. You met me where I was, Nikki. And that helped me to feel comfortable in stepping out on faith. You helped me also to understand I was worth investing in myself. I have never heard anybody tell me that you are worth investing in yourself. And that kept just resonating in my mind. So when I joined, I felt even more empowered, connecting with other women who felt the same way that I did. So my level of comfort just began to grow that much more in the process. And the activities that you have, the breakout rooms, some of us were shy, but actually talking and connecting and being able to be so transparent with women that you had not met prior to that encounter, that was deep. That was really, really deep. And it just really confirms that what you have has definite purpose. It has purpose, and it has such a foundation rooted in love. And women come and they're in the presence of each other, and we feel love because we can feel your love resonating in all of us. The time that you take, Nikki, the patience that you have, and the godly wisdom, and I have to put godly on that thing, the godly wisdom that you have, it's so phenomenal. And it's a calling that you have in being able to connect and meet people where they are. And you brought me to that level of comfort, and you kept reminding me you are worth the investment. So I'm so grateful, because even before actually the full-fledged commitment, I did the Boaz challenge. And I don't think I ever told you this. You were reading my mail. So I wasn't ready. So I left and I came back in. I said, let me hear some more. And so you kept reading my mail, and I said, I'm gonna listen to this. And I said, I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna have to put my big girl panties on, and it's time to grow. It's time to grow. You really helped me to see what I'm doing is not working. It's not working. And for me to think doing what I'm doing to attract what it is I want, that's insanity. Doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. It wasn't happening. It was not happening.
What was happening before? What was happening? What was your life like before in this area?
It was horrible. Many guys said they could tell I was guarded. And I didn't, and that came from that fear, even in becoming a part of your vision.
Yeah.
That it was that fear. It was that fear. It was that trust of not wanting to be vulnerable, not wanting to be hurt, not wanting to open up. And men could pick that up. They could 100% pick that up. And I was a runner. Anytime you tried to get close to me, I'm gone. I had to go because I couldn't be vulnerable.
Wow.
I couldn't. So I think I had a lot too of masculine energy.
Okay.
Where I was trying to be dominating, trying to be controlling, because I had to be strong, because I couldn't be vulnerable. So I put that out there, and I didn't realize that until I did honestly start consistently hearing that from men. I love it. Guys, this is what I consistently hear. That fun factor, men tell me in conversation, you are so much fun. I feel like I've known you so forever. You are so easy to talk to. You listen. And so when a guy tells me, oh, I miss you today, I'm able to tap into that feminine energy and say, I missed you too. It's good to hear your voice. And it's like, it gives that guy that little nugget that, okay, I like this. I want to learn and talk with her even that much more. So that space of vulnerability to me is giving that compliment and receiving that compliment. Receive it. Don't think it's any ulterior motive. Thank you. I appreciate that.
That's it. That is
and being
yourself.
So awesome.
Wow. 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 I'm actually really surprised because, we're just catching up. I just reached out just to catch up, see how you're doing and everything like that. And I knew how busy your life is, with work and you're changing professions or type of work you're doing a little bit there. Like, that's a lot to be doing. And then of course you're a mom. Oh my. But they're still making love a priority. This is amazing.
Indeed, because this is what I want. And really knowing you deserve it. You deserve it. And I think that's the biggest thing. You help me to understand you deserve it. And that's not being selfish. It's not being selfish.
Yeah. Wow.
It's twofold. I've gotten to that space of I have met some very professional men. Very professional men.
Yeah.
Even a lot of retired military men. Who are some are professors, self-employed. So even all age ranges from your 40s to almost 59. So it's been a great option pool. But it's coming into, okay, this could be a romantic connection or could this be a platonic relationship? I've gotten in that space. It's okay. And I have made a lot of platonic friends.
Wow, that's awesome.
Like even asking advice on things. Even had one, it was funny. It was last minute. We were friends and he helped me to move something from Lowe's. And we were just friends. And so so I said, this is cool. I really, really like this. But it's that factor where, like you said, just enjoy it. No pressure, have options. And me just coming into me, knowing my self-worth, the self-esteem, cultivating Apryle, that right there, it's like just little rays of sunshine that kind of shoot out. And men can pick that up. I even hear men say, you really are confident. You really, really, and they said that's a good thing. I don't meet too many women in their pool or circle where you're confident, but you're not masculine with it.
Exactly.
So feminine. And I was like, ooh, feminine with it. I like that.
Yes, that's it. That's the allure. That allure. They can't even really figure it out. What is it exactly that she's doing? I don't even know, but I like it. Yeah, it's awesome. It is really super awesome.
Women, we are constantly sacrificing for others. We're constantly putting others ahead of our own needs. And I think it's time. It's time to step out on faith. It's time to come into the realization that you are a priority. And when you take care of yourself, you invest in yourself, you are that much better for any and everybody that you encounter. So the best work that you can begin is in yourself. And knowing that you are worth it. Unapologetically worth it.
Wow. I mean, this is everything. It's everything that I would have hoped it would be for you, honestly. Because once those things are overcome, as far as the fear and the guardedness or anything else like that, and you're able to just have fun, it's only a matter of time before, you're able to meet someone that has the compatibility that you need and lifestyle things and all those kind of things. It's only a matter of time, so I'm so excited. What else do you have to share? What else is going on?
Oh my goodness. Oh, Nikki, I love the visuals you provide. Now, ladies, always remember, I love, Nikki, the apple tree, the top fruit, and the bottom fruit. So, and you know, I drew that tree too, for real.
Yes, a couple other ladies told me the same thing. They was like, yeah, I got my tree drawn on my paper.
Have my tree. So when I sit up here and I evaluate a guy, and that's another thing, ladies, just as guys are evaluating us, we also need to evaluate them, assess it. So for those men who I see, okay, their effort is not equating to their commitment. Yeah. They're not putting the energy as, okay, that's bottom fruit. We don't want bottom fruit. We want top fruit. So that helps me to also have that balance of being focused in what it is that I want. That's and right. Also in the process of having fun. Every person you meet may not be the one, and that's okay. That's okay. Have fun in the process. Enjoy getting dressed up, your perfume, operate in your femininity and your allure. I mean, you get to the point you have a date on Friday, one on Saturday, one on Sunday for breakfast, and then Sunday for dinner. And you can do this, ladies, even with 2 kids.
Wow. Wow. Tell them now. Come on now.
You can, even with 2 children. So it can be done. But the thing is realizing that you are a priority.
Yeah.
That's the first step. I have. It's fun. So normally it's so funny in my assessment with a guy, if a guy's earthy or if he is professional, I will kind of do my attire based on that. So I've even worn like the head wraps.
Okay.
Sometimes I'll do jeans. I actually went out to hear a live jazz band with a friend. So it's not only the fact of a new mind, but I'm also having a new fashion outlet.
Yeah.
So on one day I had on a tank top with a sheer shirt and some jeans and heels. That was not my norm. I don't normally do that, y'all.
That's what I'm talking about, though. You just challenging yourself in so many different ways. That's so exciting.
I've been wearing strapless jumpers with heels when I go to restaurants, and just different perfumes and just having fun. So even with having a date on 2 dates on the same day, change it up. Have fun. I would have been stuck in my connection killers of fear. I would have missed so many great opportunities that I'm experiencing with men. I am looking at men in a different light. You know, I never thought that men are afraid sometimes in approaching you because they have experienced rejection. They've experienced unresolved hurt. So, you know, men have feelings too. That's really what I learned. Men have feelings too. They're sensitive just like we are. So the biggest thing is being yourself. And you also taught me, Nikki, do less talking and more listening. A man will tell you everything if you just hush.
Yeah.
When I'm on the first date, tell me about retirement, bank account, checking account, what they plan to do in the future, everything. So I have learned to keep this mouth closed and stop interviewing people. Stop interviewing people.
They volunteer a lot.
Indeed. And
if they like you, that's a sign that they like you. Yeah.
I never thought about that.
It is. Because they don't have to, you know. There's sometimes where a man just like, you know. But if he's like, ooh, this is what's going on with me, he's letting you know, because that's a guy. Those are guys, and that's very common. If we let it as women, like you said, if we let it happen, then you will see it. But sometimes you don't know what to do. So it's like you're just in there kind of doing stuff. But if they're doing all this, is they understand that women are the ultimate choosers. They've already chosen you in a way because they're taking you out. They're interested. They already know they like you. So it's like, do you like me back? So here's on my side. You know, this is my situation. It'll be good, the bad, the ugly. They're just going blah, 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 blah. And it's like, do you accept that? Can you accept that? Can you work with that? And if you're still around, if you're still, you know, engaging with them, then they got their answer. So yeah, it's a good thing.
And that has been the result, Nikki.
Wow.
It has shocked me. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I just say and that is, I think that is one of the foundational principles I'm understanding now. And you know, the Word of God tells us to be slow to speak and quick to listen. You 100% reiterated that. Mm-hmm. And I was like, oh my gosh. All this time where I felt I had to do all this talking, all this interviewing, putting all of these unrealistic demands, and literally on a stranger. If we really think about it, you know, you just met this person within a couple of days and you have all this laundry list of demands. That's not realistic.
Yeah.
Just hush. I tell myself, shut up, April. Just listen. And ladies, you will learn. And just like you said, Nikki, when they just feel comfortable, they feel comfortable. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I'm so grateful. My confidence level, it's just, it feels good. I even walk in the grocery store different. I mean, I bust up in the Walmart with style, okay? I would say a woman who really, really wants to have that companion, who wants an addition to her life, who wants to connect with that person who can work with her in alignment of her purpose, but you don't know how to do it. You don't know where to look. You don't know how to get started. Unresolved trauma, unresolved hurt that a lot of times we think we've gotten over, and we actually get into communication or get into that encounter with the opposite sex, and a lot of that stuff just unsurfaces. So I think a lot of times when you can honestly admit, hey, wait a minute, this is bringing up some feelings or some hurtful events in my life. Being honest with yourself, you haven't dealt with it, and that's okay. And once you identify, I haven't dealt with it, what are you going to do next? Right. What are you going to do next? Because you can't move forward being stuck in the past. So I'll just keep that in my mind that, okay, this knowledge has a transition into application. And then it has a transition into my normal state of who I am, how I identify myself, how I just put out the aura. So that has really helped me. You really got me into this place of mindfulness. I would say first do the work before you jump out there. It's just like swimming. You don't just go out into the ocean deep. Stay in the kiddie pool for right now. Let's work on ourselves before we try to add somebody into our life. So let's put dating on hold for right now. You know, even if girlfriends are telling you, girl, get on out there, do your thing. No. Right. Your thing not ready. So
right, it's not, because it'll blow up, it'll be a hot mess, and then
indeed, and a lot of times you're getting unwise counsel. Unwise counsel from those girlfriends or other counterparts who are giving you counsel based upon their unresolved hurt.
Right, very true.
So take that time out, and that's what I did. I'm not gonna date right now because I realized April has some work to do. So ladies, take that season out. If you're single, enjoy this space of singleness. Really learn how to become whole in your singleness.
Right.
Really get to understand and know who you are. Understand what are some insecurities that you have and address them. Also, too, looking at childhood, because Nikki, in the exercises, it also helped me to understand why I do what I do.
Yeah.
And being raised by a single mom, in a sense, you know, or having to step in, and that's where all that masculine energy came in from me. That, you know, I'm taking control, I have to do all this, but that's not going to function in a healthy relationship if that's what I want in the future. So I would say, ladies, step one, put a pause on dating. Really invest and work on you. Get to know you, the good, the bad, the ugly. Address it and give yourself the grace in the process.
Wow.
Don't beat yourself up with the things that you will find out you didn't like. Because I saw some stuff, I put the notebook down, then I come back to it.
See? Now that's just being honest.
I was like, that's not me. Yeah. Then I put a little answer in this check box, and then look, this myself. Girl, you tripping. You know that ain't true. Okay. And I was okay, let me be real. Okay, I am dealing with this. Let me be honest. Let me be transparent, because I can't change if I don't admit that what I'm doing is not working. Be real with you. We want other people to be real with us. Be real with yourself. Be real with yourself. So that is what I would 100% say. Take that season and time, do your work. It doesn't have to be done all in one day. Sometimes you may have to take a break because the lesson resonated so deeply that you have to have that Selah moment, so to speak, and say, wow, I never thought about this. Wow, this is deep. And then coming back and actually doing the exercises. And as you progress, you begin to have these things come into memory once you actually begin the dating process. But step one, work on you. Learn to love and be with you. I would say you're learning how to be pursued, but that doesn't mean that you have to be out there in the what I'm trying to say, in the environment to actually be physically pursued. You're in the preparation phase. And I think that's great that you've acknowledged that I'm not ready to date yet. But you are in the program so that you actually come into the knowing of who you are. I mean, that right there is the foundation. Coming into the knowledge of who you are.
Yeah.
That's it. That's step one. So, if you're ready to date or not ready to date, step one is doing the work and getting to know who you are. Understanding your connection killers. Because you very well may be ready to date a year from now. You may be ready, but are you really mentally, physically, and emotionally ready?
Right, exactly. Wow. Yeah. Make sure those cycles don't keep happening. That's the whole purpose, right?
Indeed. Yeah. And they it's amazing how your program really, really helped me to acknowledge the fact that, wait a minute, these are cycles. You are attracting the same kind of men because of the energy that you're putting out. So it was something in April that I had to address. I couldn't blame these men. You become a denominator.
And then you put yourself out there after the program in totally different types.
Totally different. And the response I got from men were totally different. So before the program, I was identified as guarded. You don't trust anybody. After the program, my goodness, you are so easy to talk to. I feel like I've known you forever. Is it okay if I call you? What is your schedule? Do you mind?
So cute.
Yeah, I had one guy who brought me lunch to work. Dropped me off lunch. So just totally different. And not only do they see the difference, but I see the difference.
Yeah.
And when you see the difference, regardless of whether or not somebody else tells you, that's growth.
That's growth.
That's growth. Having that peace of mind, enjoying who you are, feeling comfortable in your skin. This program really, really helped me. It really did. Even it not only transitions in your romantic relationships, but even in your professional life.
Oh, do tell, because you're making a whole lot of changes in that professional life of yours. Tell us about that. How did it help?
It has given me the confidence where I actually transitioned into a trauma unit, and the way I would interact with the physicians, it was with such confidence and such a temperance that the dynamics just flowed. It flowed.
Wow.
I didn't have to be confrontational, and yet again, less talking, more listening. Where I was able to listen, and then respond accordingly. Also, to this confidence level where I am today in comparison to the past, I have stepped out on faith in making a career change, and actually learning how to be a clinician. I would have never done this. Never.
Wow.
Never. So it's really, really doing the work in how to love you. And when you love yourself, you operate in such a different flow and ease. Your aura, it just attracts. It's like just like a lint ball. I hate to use that analogy, but it's like, oh my gosh, it's something different about her. That allure factor. It's just something different. Oh my goodness, I love it. Even in my interview, it was like, oh my gosh, it's something different about you. I'm like, it's that allure factor.
Is that allure, honey? That is so awesome, and it's the truth. It's a people thing.
It just love that overall
positive energy.
You will see a difference, ladies, in your level of confidence. Boy, I've never been in this space before. Never.
Oh my.
My self-worth, even just as, the categories that men put you in, knowing my self-worth, knowing to address that up front, it feels good. And you don't have to be nasty about it. You simply state it. And it's amazing how that guy was it just changes. Oh my goodness, I see I can't do this or, do that. So that self-confidence and that self-worth, you got to work on that. We've got to work on that. And I'm going to be honest with you, it's consistent work, because you have your ups and you have your downs. But when you go back, and going back to my notes, I'm like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
This is cool. I see where I am. And it's just that continuous process. So now I have a healthy cycle, a functional cycle versus a dysfunctional cycle that I had before coming into the program.
Wow. That's so exciting. I'm so happy. Oh my God. I will definitely be reaching out to check on you periodically. Always feel comfortable and open and let me know what's new with you. I love getting updates. So
I will.
Yeah, keep
the journey is wonderful, ladies. Nikki, like I said, you are such a blessing. And I sincerely mean it. I was so excited. I was so giddy today. I gotta leave work. Bye, y'all. Bye. So I gotta go.
Oh my goodness. I was looking forward to it too.
I feel like a totally different woman. And my mom sees a difference. Because she is so funny. She's like, April, you just move on and you're okay. And I said, Mommy, and I'm having fun in the process. And she said, I see. She's like,
Oh.
yeah, she's like, I see you don't get upset like you used to if you don't get that
Mhm.
phone call. She said, it's like water off a duck's back.
Mm.
And
Wow.
that feels good. When I tell you, ladies, that right there is such a burden lifted off. It really, really is.
Wow.
And the bottom line is fun, fun, fun. And I must share too, if you're
Yeah.
online dating, I have seen a lot of men put in their profile, they're looking for fun. Fun, 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 fun.
Yeah.
So I hear that. So being yourself, tapping into that whimsical, fun part of you, that's okay.
Mhm.
You don't always have to be serious.
Yeah.
Enjoy the process.
Yes. Yes. Enjoy the. Oh my God, it's so important. And
Hmm.
you're really seeing it because they did a study and didn't even survey men. They just went based on what the men would say that they wanted in a woman, and you would have thought that it would be looks. That would be the number one thing. They did this on the profiles of 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, 50-year-olds. You would have thought the number one thing was she's got to be sexy, she's got to be attractive, ooh, she's got to be, all this stuff. You would think the number one thing across the board was fun. Across the board, 30, 40, 50, they all said fun. Number one thing, most common attribute they're looking for in their profiles. They're saying, look, because come on now, life is hard. Men have a lot of not to say that we don't, but men have a different type of experience, as far as pressure and responsibility and stuff like that. It's different. Not saying it's better or worse, but it's different. And so if they're looking for a partner, the partner is to uplift them, make them feel great, because life won't just automatically make you feel great, so it's extremely important. So yeah, sometimes unfortunately it is hard to be fun when you're showing up with all that.
Yeah.
It's gotta work.
And then they running out scared and we don't understand. I'm like, oh no, I'm good, I'm okay.
Yes. It's just that. So yeah, I understand it. I get it. I know that every woman has a reason to be afraid. She done been through some stuff. I get it. But at what point do we want to get past it and actually have a good positive experience, with this thing?
That's the biggest thing. Because I keep going back, Nikki. You really, really helped me to see that you're worth the investment. Because I kept doubting. I've spent money on other things, done other things, but not really for myself on this level. Not really investing in me, in self-development. And really, really seeing the effects of it on a continual basis.
Wow.
It's every day.
Wow.
Every day I see a change. Every day I just have that resilience. Every day I'm really ready to live life to the fullest.
Wow.
And it feels good to have that joy, to have that peace, no matter what you may be going through. That's what you have. And in being pursued, that's what you're going to attract. That is what you're going to attract. So, if we're saying we want all these positive qualities in a man, we got to do the work so that we can be that woman who's going to add to his life, just like we want him to add to our lives. So, ladies, we got to do the work.
Wow. Got to do the work. Got to do the work. Oh, this meant so much. I can't wait to continue this conversation and just keep staying up to date on everything that's going on in your life. I wish you the best in your endeavors with your professional changes and things like that. I'm sure everything will work out just the way you want it to work out. God is with you on all those things. I'm so excited for you, April. Okay, so we'll stay connected for sure. Okay,
Indeed.
Yes, you take care of those girls too, okay?
Yes, keep you updated because what I learned, I'm
Yeah.
teaching them, Nikki.
Wow.
My
Wow.
9-year-old, I'm
Yeah.
teaching her, and my 16-year-old, I'm teaching her now
Wow.
because I want them to know at a young age.
Yeah. We need to talk about that because I want to know a way to communicate these points to a younger demographic. Yeah. So let's definitely, we got to set up some time to talk about that. When things slow down for you, we'll explore that because I think that is absolutely wonderful. I would love to be able to start to do that. I've been asked about that a few times.
Oh, I would love it. It's so needed, and I would love it. Yes.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you again, April. Okay. And I'm just, inbox away if you ever need me. Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you
All
so much,
No
Nikki.
problem at all. You have a great evening. Okay.
You too. Bye.
All right. Bye-bye.